Hello, everyone. Here's a quick look at the top trending international news stories making headlines today. If you post an interesting comment during this update, we may add it at the bottom of the screen. The Russian invasion of Ukraine is intensifying and moving closer to Kyiv, the capital city. In addition, Russia's military advances in Ukraine are now moving west, with several major cities being targeted. There is also a growing concern about Ukraine's nuclear power plants being taken over by Russian troops. Ukraine is home to 15 nuclear facilities. 2 have already been overtaken by Russian forces. And now they are approaching Ukraine's second largest nuclear site in Mykolaiv Oblast. No one is sure what Russia plans to do with the nuclear plants. And so far, Ukraine says the radiation levels at the plants appear to be normal. For now. Russia says it has received 16,000 applications from foreigners asking to join their fight against Ukraine. The Kremlin says volunteers from the Middle East and Syria can be sent to Russia in the Donbas region of eastern Ukraine. U.S. officials say they have not seen the actual arrival of foreign fighters from the Middle East to fight alongside Russian forces in Ukraine. But it does believe Russia is moving in the direction of recruiting and using foreign fighters. U.S. President Joe Biden said America is in full support of its NATO allies. But he also said the U.S. will not send ground troops into Ukraine. He promised to defend every inch of NATO territory. But he made it very clear by saying, quote, "The U.S. will not fight the Third World War in Ukraine." Biden says the U.S. will make sure Ukraine has the weapons it needs to defend itself, along with money, help with food, and open arms for refugees if they come to the United States. Because of several attacks against civilians, Ukraine's top prosecutor is calling for a special war crimes tribunal for her country. She says prosecutors from 5 other European countries have started their own investigations. And it's possible the countries will get together and make one joint investigation. She says she believes Putin will be charged with war crimes. But if he is not stopped soon, the war could spread to other parts of the world. Russia was hit with another major financial blow when Goldman Sachs announced it is no longer doing business in the country. Goldman Sachs is the first major Wall Street bank to leave Russia since it invaded Ukraine. It's unclear how many people the bank employs in Russia or how much money it makes there. Citigroup has also announced plans to halt consumer business in Russia, but it is still supporting corporate clients there that include many U.S. and European companies. Just as the Kyiv City Ballet kicked off its tour in France, Russia invaded Ukraine, and 34 dancers had to helplessly watch the fight from Paris. Some of the dancers say they have stepped off stage after performing and broke down in tears. Other dancers say they want to go back home because their families and friends are under attack, but that would be dangerous. The French are helping the dance companies stay in Paris, lending them what they need, trying to arrange performances, and giving them a dance home at one of the most prestigious theaters in Paris. And the dancers close out the program, not dancing, but singing the words to the Ukrainian national anthem. As millions of Ukrainians flee their homes to safety, many have been forced to leave their beloved pets behind. Shelters in neighboring countries are now working to rescue and evacuate defenseless animals injured in Russia's invasion. The staff at ADA Foundation in Poland has been driving into war-torn Ukraine to save truckloads of shelter animals and pets that people simply could not carry across the border. And they treat these pets as if they were their own. It is a no-kill shelter, and every week these animals get top-notch care because the staff says animal war refugees are just as important to care for as the human refugees. Sign1News will be broadcasting international news updates every Sunday. A big thank you to our Sign1News app supporters. You help make this broadcast happen. You can download the Sign1News app by heading to the App Store or Google Play Store on your smartphone. And you can also watch on Apple TV, Amazon, and Roku. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.